Hi guys, it's Friday, it's 1 o'clock, so that means it's my lunchtime live. So thank you to everybody that joins me today. Feel free guys, when you come into the chat, even if you're watching on replay, still feel free to press the like button. Please feel free to hit the hello button and just say something. Tell me what industry you're in, tell me a bit about your business, and I can certainly try to help you as well. So today guys, I'm talking about the five ways to keep your audience engaged on social media. So as you're coming in guys, feel free to comment, feel free to say hi. You're welcome to do that. Obviously it'd be lovely to see who's in the room, of course, and lovely for you to engage and connect with me as well. And don't forget, if you've got any questions that you want to ask, then feel free, now's the time. Feel free to drop them in the comments and feel free to message me, and I can come back to you live whilst we're here actually on the event itself. So guys, thank you very much. So today I'm talking about the 5 ways to keep your audience engaged on social media. Now, I want to kick off, okay? Not kick off literally, I want to kick off with the first one. So the key word is not necessarily engaged in the title of today's live. The key word today is actually audience. And the reason I say that is the first of my top tips, don't forget I've got 5 coming today guys, but the first of my top tips is about knowing who your audience is. Okay, so who are they? You know, who are they? What do they do? Where are they based? These are the kind of things that we really need to be looking at first, is trying to identify the avatar of your potential audience. So that means, for example, Sarah, I can see you're in the room. Sarah is the owner of OmniDogs, which does dog walking, dog agility, dog obedience courses, and also hydrotherapy for dogs as well. Now, Sarah is in a prime position where she knows and understands that her audience are going to be people that are, firstly, dog lovers, secondly, local in the St Ives, Cambridgeshire area, and thirdly, they're going to be people that dog owners live in the area and also that are interested in the services. So they're going to be doing dog walking, they're going to be doing certain things. So it's really, really important that you know your audience to start with. I'm just going to check here, guys. Bear with me 1 second. The comments do come through, but they tend to take a few seconds. So if you are commenting, saying hello, then bear with me. Hi, Tosh. Good to see you. Mark, thank you for joining me today, guys. Thank you so much. Hi there. Good to see you guys. Thank you very much. So I've already started. For those that are just joining me, I'm going to go back to the beginning just very quickly. And I'm just going to say to you that today I'm talking about the 5 ways to keep your audience. See, I got it wrong. The 5 ways to keep your audience engaged on social media. And I've touched on one very, very key point as well, that the word is not, the important word in the title is not necessarily engaged. It's actually audience. So you need to understand who your audience are. What are they doing? What are their lifestyle like? You know, where do they work? What do they do for a living? What industry are they in? You need to kind of find out. I talked this morning on a Facebook Live event with Tosh Poultier from Astute Law, who we talked about the avatar. We talked about that stick person. If you had to sum up your audience in 2 or 3 things, then, you know, how would you describe them? How would you actually be able to sort of pinpoint exactly who they are? I'm going to give you an example, okay? So my target audience is business owners to start with. Business owners that have social media, that are admins on a social media page, that obviously want to grow their social media and get more and more engagements and, you know, more appointments or more sales, more product sales, more revenue, more profit, more holidays, more cars, etc. If you are materialistic and you want those things. So my audience is likely to be, it doesn't matter how old, doesn't matter if they're 20, 21, it doesn't matter if they're 71. The key part to this is understanding who the audience is. And you also do this when you are looking at Facebook advertising as well. So you can also target your audience, your demographic, down to a T, exactly who you want it to go to. Now, so the first point today I'm talking about, don't forget I'm covering off 5 ways to keep your audience engaged. If you are watching on replay, guys, please feel free to still comment and like, and I will get back to you. Guys, if I could ask one favor, if you fancy sharing this to all your friends and family on Facebook, you never know who might be out there that might be interested in joining me for my lunchtime live events. So the first one is talking about defining or knowing your audience, and then defining it, and then actually write it down somewhere. Write it down, because when you look at the content that you're putting out, tailor it to those people, tailor it to that audience, tailor it to those people that are going to engage with you. That's the important thing. Your audience and engagements. You get engagements from your audience, so you need to know your audience first. So that's a real good first top tip. The second one I'm going to talk about today is about replying to comments. I see it so often on people's Facebook pages or LinkedIn or whatever it may be, that somebody has got like 20, 30 comments. And quite often, I often think that the business owner sits there and says, wow, that's 20 comments. That's fantastic. Well, do you know what? Go and make it 40 comments. Go and reply to those comments, because other people will see that there's engagement going on. Don't forget, the Facebook algorithm relies on engagements reach. So if you are getting more engagements, you'll reach more people that like your page, and those that don't like your page as well. They are just as important. Now, I mentioned Facebook, but again, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, they all work off a very, very similar engagement. It's all about algorithm, sorry. It's all about getting those engagements. And if you can do that, if you can make... if you can really kind of hone down on your audience and then start to engage with them, they're more likely to engage back. And if you do engage with them, say thank you. Like, for example, today, after this live, I'll go back through these comments and I'll engage with you guys and say thank you for joining me. Spoiler alert. But I'll say on there, thank you for joining me. And I may ask you a question. I may ask you to engage with me back. So that's really, really important. So we know our audience. Now we need to kind of engage with our audience by asking questions. The third top tip today, guys, and don't forget, I'm visiting today 5 ways in which you can engage, 5 ways to keep your audience engaged. So I've talked about kind of who your audience are, I've talked about comments. I want to talk to you about visual content as well. Now, it is so important. This Facebook Live is my 3rd live event today. Now, I'm doing it because putting my face out there is absolutely crucial for my business and my brand. The more people get to know me, the better. The more people that get to see exactly who they are working with or who is helping them is really important. You'll see that I've cocked up a few of my words already today. I'm human. I'm not a TV presenter. I help businesses grow through the power of social media by driving traffic, generating engagements, generating leads, which lead to sales. So what I do is very kind of niche for business owners. So what I'm trying to say is that if you're a business owner and you're looking to try and get a little bit more from your social media, then this is the place to be. These lunchtime lives are free information, nuggets of information that I talk about. These are the things that you can take away, adopt into your social media, and you will start to see results coming in very, very soon. So just having a quick look here, guys. If you are watching, feel free to say hello. Sometimes they do take a little while, some of the comments to come through. I can see people starting to come through, so apologies if I don't give you a shout out. So Kelly, Tosh, Tracy, fantastic. Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much for joining me today. So I'm talking about visual content. I'm talking about what you can put out there, to help people. So that may be, for example, a video, for example. You might create a short 30-second video introducing a service, introducing yourself, introducing a product maybe. There's a lot of retail businesses out there, and how engaging would it be if you actually got somebody that actually said, you know what, this is the product that you are looking at right now. This is what it is, this is what it does, and you can actually use that to your advantage. So that's really important. Tosh has asked a question. How do you decide what engages them? Well, this is the thing, Tosh, this is an amazing question, because what you need to do is you need to understand your audience. So you need to kind of try different things, experiment, go outside your comfort zone. Okay, recording live videos, for me at the very beginning, I was very much like, do you know what? I don't feel comfortable, I feel self-conscious. But you know what? you know, I got through that barrier, and I got through the barrier by persisting with it. And there are people that join me every week on my live events that struggle, you know, at the outset, struggle to do live events. And now all of a sudden I'm seeing them pop up now and again with, you know, live, you know, so-and-so has gone live. And I think to myself, do you know what? I'm so pleased for them that they've done that. So going outside your comfort zone is really, really important. Now, how does that help keep your audience engaged? Well, the thing is, people buy from people. So what you'll find is that people will listen, they'll rewatch, they'll watch it on replay, they'll engage with you. Don't forget that an engagement is when somebody does something with a post. So when people are engaging, they are liking your post, they are sharing your post, they're clicking on a link, they might be clicking on an image, they might be playing a video, they might be sharing the content, they might be adding a comment, whatever it may be. When somebody does something with your post, they are engaging, which means that is an engagement. And I know that sounds really, really obvious, but break it down, think about it. You know, what you're trying to do here is get more people to interact with your business, trying to get more people to kind of follow your brand, but give them something as well. These Facebook Live events that I do, like I said before, are 100% free. Okay, I do have other paid events, and I've also got an event coming up which is going to be about my secret to social media success, and that should be going live in about 2 to 3 weeks time, and that'll be a perfect opportunity for you to give me 2 hours of your time. It'll be a paid event, so there will be a price to the event, but what you'll get from that, hopefully you'll be able to take away with you into your social media and start adopting that on a daily basis. Guys, if you're just watching on replay, thank you for joining me today. It's my lunchtime live. I'm here every Friday at 1 o'clock. And today I'm talking about the 5 ways to keep your audience engaged. I've covered off knowing about your audience. I've covered off about comments and replying to those comments. Visual content, I've touched on videos. I've touched on creating really good graphics, really good images that are striking, that catch out, and also Facebook Live. Don't forget that when a Facebook Live runs across someone's timeline, they're more likely to stop and watch it. Okay, so just bear that in mind, that if you're trying to get people to engage with you and be a part of your tribe, a part of your following, like you guys are with me, then the nice thing is that if you're creating a video for them, they're going to watch it, they're going to engage, they're going to comment, hopefully, and you're going to ask questions, hopefully. So, Tosh, thank you very much. Your advice has been invaluable for me, Simon. Thank you. Bless your heart. Thank you, Tosh. And that's lovely to hear, because I really do appreciate the feedback. You know, I get lots of wonderful feedback from a lot of people, and it's really, really nice when I do get that feedback, because it shows that the content that I'm putting out is really, really working. Hi, Mark Gilbert. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday feeling kind of day today. Guys, tell me in the comments, just sum up your business in one short sentence. You know, don't necessarily tell me kind of what your business is. I did this on one of my social media posts, but tell me in the comments what it is you do without telling me what it is you do, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Okay, I sit on social media all day typing. Okay, that's one way of looking at what I do. Okay, I sit, talk with people and engage with them on the phone, coaching them. Yeah, something like that, something interesting. I'll be really interested to see what you got to say. So the 4th one today on my 5 top tips and 5 ways to keep your audience engaged is about mixing things up. Okay, there is nothing worse than seeing the same type of post going across a social media feed. And what I mean by that is, if you've got a marketing department that are posting content for you, then fantastic. Okay, if you guys out there are employing the services of an agency like myself, or you guys are working with an in-house team, then what you'll find is that quite often it's very, very easy to take the easy route straight to just simply posting the same kind of thing on a regular basis. Okay, what I encourage myself and my team to do is to make sure that we keep things varied. We keep the content varied, so we're not posting the same sort of thing on a regular basis. And that's why we look to mix things up. So, for example, you may look at something along the lines of a Throwback Thursday post. I mean, I posted something recently with me and my nana from 1991. Beautiful photo. I absolutely loved it. And it was on probably one of our last holidays that we had to Hunstanton. And I was wearing a football shirt, and I posted out the photo of a Throwback Thursday, because what I was doing was trying to show people the true self. And I also asked a question about what the football shirt was, and I had loads and loads of comments. And for those that haven't seen it, go and connect with me on LinkedIn, search for me, just type in Simon Clark into LinkedIn, and I'm hoping I'm going to appear somewhere on the first page. Alternatively, you're welcome to head over to my website, which is simonclark.me, and then you can click on the little link at the top of the website that takes you straight into my personal LinkedIn. So connect with me, guys. So Tosh has said that he helps employers protect their businesses and employees protect their rights. Tosh, answer me this. How many times in your 10-year career of your business, big congrats, by the way, how many times do you reckon you have said that? So give me drop a little comment, see what you think. Kelly says, you do social media for your local pub, very part-time basis, looking for new ideas and gaining customers. Kelly, perfect. You are the perfect person to come and join me for my lunchtime live events. So don't forget, guys, I'm here every Friday at 1 o'clock. And what happens is I turn this live event into a video which goes onto my YouTube channel. So you're welcome to click that link on my website, simonclark.me. There's a little link at the top. Straight over to my website, you'll see all my lunchtime live events on there as well. But Kelly, if you've got a particular question, or if you've got something you want to share with me, then feel free to message me privately, or alternatively drop it in the comments and see what comes up today. So I'm talking about mixing things up, and I'm talking about trying to do things differently, and that does mean sometimes going outside of your comfort zone to do something. I'm just having a quick look, Matt. If you always do what you always done, you always get what you fantastic. Yeah, I mean, that's like the definition of insanity, isn't it, Matt, as well? You know, constantly doing the same thing, expecting different results. That is so, so true. Maria says, I send something memorable to someone special for you to create an unforgettable memory. I love that. Go and have a look at Sorry, guys. Go and have a look at Distinct Gifts UK and Distinctive Gifts, and check out some of the things there. Father's Day is coming up on the 21st of June, so it's a good opportunity to get something nice. Kelly, no, thank you very much. All your comments are really valuable. They really are. Tosh says he said it loads and loads of times. I think I've heard it loads and loads of times, but it's good. It's a memory hook. It's your slogan. It's your mission statement. That's exactly what you should be doing. Joe says, I help brands to stand out and be seen. Brilliant, Joe. I think that says it on your website, doesn't it? fencreative.co.uk. So go and check out Joe if you need any design work, guys. Joe is absolutely fantastic. He's helped me on loads of stuff, and also helped me with a lot of client projects as well. So if you need design work, have a chat with Joe Kierman. So I've talked today about the 5 ways to keep your audience engaged. Talked about the audience, talked about understanding who the audience is, talking about comments, I'm talking about replying to those comments, visual content, videos, Facebook Live, different images. Talk to Joe about some graphics, lots of different things that you can do. And I'm talked about mixing things up. Don't just have the same kind of content going out, because as Matt Gilbert just said, what do you really expect to see? If you've got the same thing going out on a regular basis, just put yourself in the shoes of your audience. Are they going to engage with that? I often adopt a so what theory with a lot of things that I do. So what are the benefits of posting this? So what am I looking to achieve? So what is my objective? So what would I do if this happens? It's all about kind of being accountable for your own content that goes out, and making sure that when you are posting content, it's relevant, it's interesting, it's going to get engagements. We know that the more comments, likes, shares, clicks you get on a post, the more Facebook and the other social media networks will absolutely love the posts. They'll start to open it up to more people that follow you. I have 600 people that follow my page, and I don't get 600 people that like my posts or see my posts, because that's not the way it works. Don't forget though, guys, even if you do have, let's just say 1,000 people, let's just say 100 people that like your page, Okay, not all of those 100 people are going to be on social media. So if you don't get 100 people reaching, don't be disappointed, because you've got to think of it this way, that not every single one of those people are actually actively on social media on a daily basis. You know, there are some people that don't jump on every 5 minutes. I'm always on social media. From a personal perspective, not as much, but certainly through business, then I really am. So that's good, guys. So that's four of my top tips today so far. I'm going to talk about the last one, and the last one is a real key one, and that is actually asking people. Now, if you don't ask, you don't get. Okay, it's as simple as that. If you don't ask, you don't get. So when I say to you guys, tell me in the comments what you do without telling me what you do, then just bear that in mind, that what I'm actually asking you to do is engage with me. When I come onto a live, I'll say, hi guys, you know, feel free to comment, feel free to come and say hello. And the reason I do that is because I want you to engage with me. I want you to stay with me. I want you to be with me throughout this half an hour period of time that I'm on lunchtime live with. And what that means is that if you engage with me, then it ricochets. Think of that, it ricochets out. I love that word. I don't think I could spell that word, but I love that word. What it does, it ripples. There's another one. It ripples out across the algorithm on social media. So you may get, for example, 2 or 3 comments on a post, and then Facebook will say, oh, okay, this looks like it's starting to become engaging. People are really enjoying it. You know, if that's the case, then fantastic. It will start to ripple out to more people. Now, Mark says he's a one-stop shop for any print and branded merchandise. Absolutely fantastic. So guys, Mark does exactly what he says on the tin. So if you're looking for anything printed, anything merchandise, anything that you're giving away to your clients, your customers, whatever it may be, Mark is the guy to put your brand on that item. So make sure you follow him, make sure you get in touch. His company name is Oasis Promotions and Print, so definitely worth talking to, based in St Neots. So give him a call, get in touch with him, go and have a look, and when you do speak to him, tell him that you saw me on the Facebook Live, because that will prove that engagements do work and they can turn into business. So guys, thank you very much for everybody that's joining me. I've talked about kind of knowing your audience and really kind of engaging with comments and asking people, you know, do not be afraid to ask. Okay, do not be afraid. There is something else I wanted to add in as a little bonus feature for you today. So as a thank you for everybody watching, if you are using Facebook advertising or boosting posts or anything like that, then just have a look at the metrics behind what you're doing. Do not just simply go, yeah, I'll boost that for a tenner, because that's what a lot of people do. At the moment, it's harder to get more engagements. The algorithm on Facebook is getting harder and harder, because Facebook is a business. Facebook wants you to advertise, and in order to advertise and be seen by more people, you need to pay Facebook. So if that's the case, like any business, you rely upon your revenue, you rely upon your income. So Facebook wants you to spend more money. But just so you know, I actually boosted this event that I put on today. So I've got my Friday lunchtime live events. Now created an event inside my Facebook page, and I boosted that event. So it rolled across the timelines of just over 2,000 people, okay, that are based within an 80-kilometer radius of where I'm sat today. Okay, so just bear that in mind, that this boost that I did actually reached over 2,000 people. The nice thing about it is that I targeted people that were admins on a Facebook page, because that is my audience. So I'm understanding my audience, I'm defining it, I'm actually kind of knowing who my audience is. Now, in doing so, I boosted it. It reached over 2,000 people. Now, bearing in mind, I got a lot of event responses, a lot of people that said they were interested in this event. I think it was something like 25 people said they were interested. 8 people said they were going. At the moment, as I'm talking, I've got 7 people online. But the thing is, I'm not too bothered about that, because later in the day, when people haven't been able to catch up live as you guys are, then they'll be able to watch this back on replay and still engage with me, and they can still see me. So the views on your Facebook Lives will still keep going up and up and up. And the more comments you give me, guys, the more it will start to spark the algorithm. So feel free to do that. Now, the bonus one there is really talking about, boosting. Sometimes you need to give your events or your posts a bit of a boost just to kind of get them going. Do not be afraid to spend money on a boost as long as you understand what it is that you're likely to receive. If you think I need to spend £20 on a boost and I must get that £20 back, then don't do it. Stop doing it. Don't spend money on Facebook, because what you'll find is that you will become very, very disappointed very, very quickly, because it's not about doing that. What it's about is about making sure that you can get your brand seen by more people. And if you're paying Facebook to do it, then you need to just think about what you're spending as an investment in the future of your business. The more you put yourself in front of other people, the more you put yourself in front of that defined audience that you're looking for, then the more brand awareness you'll get, the more business you'll get, the more lead generation, the more sales, the more income, the more profit, etc., etc. So I would just say, do not be afraid to spend some money. Okay, it is going to be worth it. Just think of it as an exercise, to be able to measure success from that. If you're not sure how to measure it, then come back to me, message me privately. I can look over something for you. But also, Facebook will send you an email, like it sent me this morning, to say your paid promotion has ended for your event, and it said 5 ways to keep your audience engaged on social media. And then it gave me a breakdown of exactly what I've spent, what the results were. And over 2,000 people have seen Simon Clark's social digital agency appear on their timeline. That's 2,000 Facebook page admins. Okay, so just break that down. That's not just 2,000 people. I've targeted a specific audience. So that is really important. The numbers may not sound fantastic. If you try to measure success on a vanity number, then you are going to fail 100% on social media. I talk about the number of followers I have to a page, 600 plus. That's absolutely fantastic. And I love every single one of you for following me and being involved. I'm not trying to say that I must get to 750, I must get to 1,000. Yes, of course, when I get to 1,000, I'm going to put a post out. But that post is to actually not brag about the 1,000. That post is to say thank you to everybody that's followed me. Showing a bit of gratitude doesn't hurt. Showing a bit of gratitude on social media, does make a big difference. It does help you with engagements. So, guys, God, I feel like I've talked really quickly. So, I hope you've got something from this. Feel free to ask any questions. Just as I say that, I can see a question from Sarah Bunce. How do you decide which post to boost? Sorry. Sarah, really, really good question. Think of your objective. Okay, if you are selling a particular service or product, then your objective there is to make more people aware of that product or service. So that could be a really good post to boost. If you've got an engagement post, so let's just say, for example, for you, Sarah, I know we work very, very closely on your social media. If we're promoting a funny picture, for example, if we're trying to get people to answer a question or complete a questionnaire or a poll or something like that, then those sort of posts are still also really good to both. Those posts are really good to boost. And the reason being is because you are actually selling yourself by boosting it. You are actually selling your brand. You are putting your brand in front of people. So they go, who's this? Omnidogs. I'll click on them. They'll look at it. They'll follow your page. They like your content because you've been posting regularly. And that makes a massive difference. I talked about it on my lunchtime live, on my Facebook Live event this morning with Tosh Pulpiteer from Astute Law. I talked about ghost town social media accounts. If you have a social media account and the last post was September 2020, then that is a ghost town social media account. If I went to that Facebook page, my first question is that business still open? Are they still around? Okay, there's always going to be that query, especially in uncertain times, especially with the pandemic. A lot of businesses, struggled throughout the pandemic. I get that, but your Facebook is potentially your biggest shop window for marketing. There are some businesses that I know that only use social media for the marketing of their business. Okay, that's not a bad thing as long as it's being done effectively and you are seeing results from it. And if you're not seeing results from it, come back and join me every Friday at 1 o'clock. You like the seamless link there straight into my little plug. So guys, if you've got any questions, feel free. I want to talk to you now very, very quickly about the events I've got coming up in the next few weeks. So next week is a live Q&A. So what that is basically I've asked quite a few people to give me some questions. Feel free to send me a message with a question that you might have about social media. It's been really nice that I've seen some questions come through in the comments today, and it's absolutely lovely that you guys are engaging with me. So the live Q&A is an opportunity for me to be able to answer your questions about social media. Don't forget that you'll probably notice that my approach to social media is a little bit different. A part of my networking group, the Riverport Business Club in St Neots, one of the members there, Michelle, she made a point after I did a 10-minute presentation, and she made a point to say that my style and my approach to social media was refreshing. And that's because I don't look at the analytical side of the social media. I look at the bare basics of what a business owner needs to do in order to achieve X, Y, Z. And that's what I do. That's where my skill sets are. If you want me to go through into the analytical data side of it, I can do all of that as well. That's not a problem at all. My skill sets lie in working with business owners, helping you to get more consistency and actually start to generate a little bit more from your social. On the 21st of May, this is definitely going to be a fantastic lunchtime live. It is all about Facebook, and I'm talking about the Facebook algorithm. I'm talking about the algorithm, how it works, what it does, how we can try to beat the Facebook algorithm. I've been looking at quite a few blogs that have been launched recently. I'm going to do a blog about it as well, but quite a few interesting blogs that talk about the percentage of people that like your page, that see your posts. And I'm going to break that down a little bit more for you as well on the 21st of May. And then on the 28th of May, so it's the last one in May, I am going to talk about how to avoid having a ghost town social media account. Okay, so I've mentioned it a few times now, how you can avoid having a Facebook page that hasn't got a post on it for a year, or let's just say 6 months, or even let's just say a month. Okay, I'm going to put through a little action plan for you to follow, and you're welcome to come and join me. And then I'm excited to say that on June the 11th, I've got an extra super special lunchtime live. So this is an event that I really don't want you to miss. There's going to be lots of things I'm going to talk to you about. I might be wearing my silly birthday hat as well, so the little tip for you there. But do make sure you put that in your diary, okay, because it's going to be 100% worthwhile. So for those of you still watching, thank you guys. I appreciate you sticking around. It's lovely to have you with me. I do appreciate your time. If you wanted to subscribe to receive emails and updates about all my events that are coming up, two options, guys. You can follow my Facebook page. Alternatively, just literally head over to my website, simonclark.me. You're welcome to subscribe to receive my updates. All you have to do is fill in your details, tick a box to say that you opt in, and when you opt in, I'll be able to keep you posted with everything that's coming up in the future. Now, also next week, don't forget, it's a live Q&A. So guys, give me your questions. If you've got anything you want to talk about, drop it in the comments here. If you're watching on replay and you've got a question, drop it in the comments. I'll bring it up at next week's lunchtime live. So that's all from me, guys, unless anybody else has got any other questions. And if you have, still pop them in the comments. I'm still around. I can reply to them straight away. So thanks, Tosh, for the little great session. Thanks. Really appreciate you taking the time out. And I haven't even asked you guys what you brought with you for lunch today. I haven't had anything. I'm probably not going to have anything just yet. Got lots going on, but I really appreciate your feedback, Tosh. Thank you for everyone joining me, and I will see you next week. Thanks, guys. Take care.